Yeah, it's Christmas already. Merry Christmas to you all, and I hope you are enjoying the holidays. Don't forget, Jesus is the reason for the season. On today's tutorial, we'll be learning this transformer palazzo made with ashoke. It is super stylish. It has about 6 pockets, two cargo pockets, side pocket, and back pocket. It is something that you can rock for the new year. If you learn it today, you are definitely going to have a new year outfit. So please keep watching. If it is something you would like to learn, you are welcome to Sew Junkies. On today's tutorial, we'll be needing 1 pack of ashoke, 1 pack of ashoke. If you can actually ask for different mixes of ashoke. So the first thing I'm doing is going to cut out the pattern, and on the pattern, for the pattern, I marked out 2 inches. From that 2 inches, I marked out my crotch depth with 2 inches. If your regular crotch depth is 9 inches, just add 2 inches for it, because it's quite free and it's something that is not supposed to just hug your body. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm taking the length with 2 inches. Later I got to do away with that 2 inches, but it actually saved my pattern. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add your you are going to add your hip measurement plus divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. That's what I also added to the waistline. Your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my thigh measurement plus 1 inch. Don't forget your thigh measurement plus 1 inch, and just create that curve the way you are seeing me do. So that crotch measurement I had there is what I'm going to use for my hem. Do you get? Is what I'm going to use for my hem. Is a free fitting palazzo trouser, so there's not going to be, it's just going to be free. So you are putting your thigh measurement plus 1 inch, and then for the back I made it 2 inches. I added 2 inches. I had 2 inches crotch extension, and also the hem I did 1.5 instead of 2 inches. You can actually still go for the 2 inches. It wouldn't affect your pattern. So it's a very free fitting dress. So I'm extending that rise or crotch measurement for the back by 2 inches, which was the 2 inches I marked out earlier. So I just mark out my pattern, and then I'm going to cut the back first. The markings I have for the back is what I'm going to cut out first, because for this pattern I'm going to cut out the back pattern first. You can see it is just a straight out pattern. There's no plenty markings for the pattern. So I'm done cutting out the pattern. I'm going to set it aside. Then for the ashoke, you just take your measurement of pants and join 3 pieces of ashoke together. 3 pieces of ashoke together. Since it has different designs, you can actually choose which design you would like to join together. So it's 3 pieces each together. All together you have 4 of such pieces. I don't know if you get, but if you don't, let me know. So if you can count now, you can count that it was 3 pieces I joined together. So place your pattern on this or place your pattern on your joined ashoke and just cut out. That's all for the cutting. Just place your pattern like so and just cut out. So I just slightly added seam allowance on the crotch area. For every other part I did not add anything, but since we have a lot of excess for the palazzo, so if you forget to add any seam allowance, you will still be okay. But so just slightly add to the crotch area. We are going to cut 2 for the back, and now I'm done cutting the back, so I'm going to cut the front. So I'm going to do an amendment to that front. I just slightly came down from the crotch area by 1/2 inch, so like you see me do, and I'm just cutting those places out because I'm done cutting the back. So if you want to use this pattern repeatedly, so you are going to have a pattern for the back and have a pattern for the fronts. I hope you get that. So I just placed the fabric on the front fabric the front pattern on the fabric, and I'm just going to set aside. Please forgive the mistake. So you just cut out. Please, if you've watched up till this time, give us a like. It makes us so happy every time we know and see that you are enjoying the video that we create, and you just give us a like. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So the next thing we're going to do is to go over to the sewing machine, and the first thing we're going to do is to add pockets to our pants. We're adding side pocket. I'm going to add the link for the side pocket in the description box. Please do well to check it out. Here I'm just going to comment lightly on the pocket making. So for this pocket, I had to add asooke at the front placement because I didn't have enough asooke to make a pocket for this outfit. So I just added a little bit of asooke on the part that will be opened, the part where we are putting your hand, where you are going to put your hand into your pocket. And for those who are into menswear, you know how to do that pocket very well. So please check the link for side pocket. If you have enough asooke, better for you. Or if you have enough asooke to just make one part of the pocket, good, you can also do that. And the link to sewing it will be dropped in the description box. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please, we need your subscription. We're almost there, guys. And please help us share link on your page. Let others watch and also learn. Would really appreciate it. To our new subscribers, God bless you. To our old subscribers, returning subscribers, thank you so much. We appreciate the support. So once you are done with the left side of the pocket, you also go to the right side of the pocket. So we're just hiding right now. We're just sewing the pocket using the French seam. We're hiding the rough edges. If you've sewn pockets before, you know this is a nice way to hide your rough edges. So we are done sewing the pocket bag. So we're just sewing it down to the pants, the upper part, and also to the side part. So guys, please let us know your thought concerning this particular video. We have a lot of videos, we have a lot of content we've created on our page. Please do well to check them through. You definitely find something that you can easily make. We are here for you. I try as much as possible to make tutorial as easy as possible. So I'm done with the two sides of the pocket. So the next thing I'm adding is the back. I'm sewing the back. Don't forget, I'm sewing the sides together. I've joined the front crotch, but I've not joined the back crotch. So I'm just joining the sides together. Please, for a good reason, don't join the back crotch yet, so that it will be very easy for us to place our cargo pocket at the side. So we're just joining the back side to the front side. We'll do that for the left and also for the right, and then you go to the weaving machine and just to weave it. If you don't have a weaving machine, you know asooke easily unravel, it's easily losing. So please, you would need to weave it. But if as you're sewing you can't weave it just yet, you really need to weave it because the side has pocket. But if you don't have any cutout on that side, good, you won't need that much weaving on that side. It shouldn't even really be any cut. So here we've cut out the pocket. This is the cargo pocket, and I used 12 inches by about 8 inches, and I folded all the edges. I folded it down. And also for the back pocket, I used about 7 inches by 6 inches. So I've just folded the edges. This is a measurement of after folding. I've ironed all the side. So here I'm just creating that V at the bottom of that back pocket. I'm creating that V, and this is what I did. So at this point, your iron will really come in handy. It comes in handy in all of your sewing projects, but right now it is very important, so that your work is nicely laid down. So you see how my ironing it has just created that V at the bottom. Do the same for your project. So like I said, we have the cargo pocket cut out, we have the back pocket cut out, we've already sewn our side pocket, we've joined the front crotch, but we haven't joined the back crotch, and we've joined the back and the front at the side. So here I measured from the waistline 3 inches, and I just placed my back pocket. I'm going to pin it down to hold it in place, and I'll also do the same for the other side of the palazzo pant. So just pin it down, so that by the time you get into the sewing machine, it is just to sew it, knowing that it is in place. So you're also going to measure 3 inches and just place your back pocket. Make sure your back pocket is properly placed. So 3 inches, see me adjusting the pocket so that it is aligned properly on the pant. So 3 inches from the waistline, and just pin it down like so. Are you enjoying the tutorial so far? It's really nice. So what I did is, you see me folding that pocket. I'm going to have, for that cargo pocket, I'm supposed to have 2 pieces. So I just went over to the sewing machine and I cut out the cover piece and the main piece, and I'm placing it to 12 inches from the waistline. 12 inches from the waistline. I'm pinning it down. Please always pin it down. It makes your sewing far easier. Not when you get to the sewing machine, it has already shifted. So just pin it down. And then for the pocket cover, I also weave the edges, because at this point I don't have enough allowance to be folding and having a neat finishing. So I just use my weaving machine to actually just weave the edges, because at the end of the day it's going to be covered. So see, I'm done. I'm just showing you the parts to sew, and then you also sew this side. By the time you flip, you sew it again. So that's all. I did that for the 2 sides, for all the pocket. So now it for the waistband. For the waistband, on fold, I cut out 1.5, and I'm just going to pin it. I created a hole where the joggers rope is going to come through, and then the next thing, I ironed it on fold. I sewed the edges together, the 2 short points together, and then I'm pinning it to the waistband, and that will be all for that. So the next thing is for the extension of my pants. I added 2 asooke together. I just joined 2 asooke together. You see the way I'm measuring it. If it is not up to your measurement, you can make it 3 asookes, as much as you want, as much as it meets. It's up to your length. So the next thing, we're going to add our velcro. So at the market they call it husband and wife. The first time I heard it, I used to laugh so hard. So if you're in Nigeria and you want to get this thing, just tell them husband and wife, and I got 1 yard. So if your pant length is going to be bigger than 1 yard, the 2 going to be bigger than 1 yard, just get as much as you need. So but for this project I used 1 yard. So I'm going to place that velcro from the right side, and I'm going to flip it. The velcro is going to be facing down. You see what I did? I'm going to face it down, so it is going to also hide the rough edges, like a facing for that down part, the hem of my pants. So I'm just sewing the husband. Is it the husband I'm now sewing, or the wife? But on a lighter note, so I'm just sewing the velcro from the right side with the velcro facing down, while sewing, and then just sew around, and then when you are about finishing it, just overlap a bit like you would overlap when you are biasing, working with bias. I don't know if that is clear. So just overlap a bit before you end your sewing. Merry Christmas, guys. I'm so happy that I got to share this with you. It was a wonderful tutorial that I enjoyed so well. At first, I was dreading it because when I saw it online, I was like, "Ah, this is going to be a nice project to show you guys." So I'm done with the first sewing. So I'm just going to flip it down to the wrong side now, and then I'm going to sew on the edges. Please don't sew on the velcro, the middle of the velcro. Please, no, sew at the edges. There's space provided for sewing, so just sew on the edges. As you're doing this, once you are done with this leg, you also do the same thing for the other leg of the pants, and that will be all. So do the same thing for the other leg, and you'll be done with this. Then the next thing is we'll also do the one for the detachable part. The part I will be detaching, we'll be doing it. So we're adding velcro to this detachable part. So don't forget, this velcro is going to be on the right side. We're not using anything to flip anything, and we're not hiding any edges. Don't forget, the edges of this asooke was properly made by those who made the asooke, so it doesn't unravel on this part, so you don't have a problem, or you shouldn't be afraid that it will unravel. So we're just sewing it down normally. We're not using any part to flip any part. Don't forget, please, if you haven't subscribed, oh, what are you waiting for? Be our first subscriber now, I beg. So we'll be really glad to get notified about your subscription. And please, if you haven't liked yet, please now, do I have to beg you for everything? Today is Christmas. You should really like. You should really like. There's a reason for that too. So we're done with the first sewing. So you go to the other edge and you also do the sewing down. So by the time you finish sewing, don't forget this side that has the velcro, that the velcro is showing, is the front side. So once you are done sewing down the velcro, you just fold it and sew. You just fold it into two and sew, and then you weave, because the rough edges will be showing. So I'm done sewing. I'm just ironing out my pants. It looks so very good. If you have come this far, I must really commend you. You are a great student. So please let us know if this video was helpful to you, if you really did what we asked you to do in the video. If there's any need for improvement, please let us know in the comment section. We are growing on this YouTube space and we'll be glad. So you see what I did? So this is how it was sewn. I really had to show you what it looks like. The rough edges is going to be on the inside, and the velcro part is going to be showing on this side. So what you do is to align the seam to the inner seam of the pant. So this our detachable piece only have one seam line, and that seam line should align to the inner one of the pant, to the inner seam line, not the side seam line, to the inner seam line of the pant. And then you just arrange. Take your time, just properly arrange it. Take your time. This is what is going to help us transform the trouser, the pant, to a 3/4. So guess what? If you had wanted it to be a short, that is the same way you would also add the velcro to it. So some people use button, some people use skirt hook, so you can use anything you want. See how beautiful. Just give it a little press. See how beautiful our pant is. It really came out very nice, and I'm super proud of me, and I'm also proud of you. It came out very well, and it It was actually my first time making anything like this, and I'm so grateful. So I rocked my pants to church and it looked so great. It got a lot of stare, it got a lot of comments, and I'm so glad that I did. Please, if you do yours, let us see you in the comment section. We'll be so glad to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. Let us know. We'll be so glad to hear from you. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.